This is my audience. In today's day and age, we're able to stream whatever we want, whenever we want, with the tap of a button and a simple app. Vinyl records are not that simple. Vinyl requires special handling and care to ensure proper sound quality and integrity over the course of a lifetime. My name is Cachet, and today I'm going to be teaching you the parts of a record player and how to use them, how to properly handle vinyl, how to use your vinyl and play it on your record player, and then how to store it at the end when you're done. Before you can start playing anything, you need to know what the parts of your record player are. Now, they come in all different shapes and forms, and because they're trendy now, they have Bluetooth and radio and everything, but I'm just going to be talking about the simple turntable and the classic vinyl player. They each come with their own power button. They have their turntable. Mine only comes in one size, but there are some that have two different sizes for different size vinyl records. They come with their levers to lift and maneuver your needle, and then the needle itself is what touches the grooves and produces the sound. When you're ready to play, the next important thing to know is how to properly handle vinyl. Vinyl is a special type of material that is and can be easily damaged by oils on your finger, dust, and dirt. So it's important that when you take your vinyl out of the sleeve, you're holding it by the edges of the record and using your thumb for support on the center if need be. Each side of the vinyl has grooves going from the edge all the way to the center, and each of those grooves represents a different track from your record. There's an A side and a B side. Unlike with regular CDs where you just put it on top and it plays from one side, you can have tracks and different records on one or the other. When you're ready to play, you're going to carefully maneuver your record and line it up on the post right there in the center, making sure that it's properly secure. Otherwise, when you turn it on, it's not going to spin correctly and it's not going to play. There's two different ways that you can get started. Some people like to turn their record player on first and then maneuver their needle. I prefer to maneuver my needle and then turn it on to ensure that less scratching happens once the needle hits the vinyl itself. Depending on what track you want to hear, you need to line up your needle with that groove. As soon as you lower it, it's going to start producing the sound from the track that it is. For me, I want to hear track number 2. So I lift my lever so my needle is up, and I maneuver it to be right over the start of groove number 2, and that is going to be the beginning of your track. When I'm ready, I lower my lever carefully so that the needle doesn't bounce, scratch, move around, anything that can cause the vinyl to become damaged, and that's when you're going to hear scratching or skipping on your record. Now that I'm ready to play, that is when I turn it on. Again, unlike with a regular iPhone, iPad, anything like that, when I'm done hearing a song or I want to hear the next song, I can't just press a button and skip to the next. You have to properly and carefully make sure you move the needle to the right track that you want so it doesn't scratch. You cannot just slide your needle across to go. You need to make sure that it is lifted up. And again, I like to turn mine off. That's just my preference. You don't have to do that. If I wanted to hear the next track, I lower my needle down again, carefully and slowly, and then I turn my record player back on, producing to the next song. With the record player, the needle is going to go from the outer edge all the way to the center if you let it play all the way to the end. Once it hits the end, it's going to hear a beeping sound, and that is your cue to either flip your record to hear the next side or put it away. Now that I'm done, I lift my needle, put it back into its original position, and use the clamp to lock it into place after you lower it back down. Again, same thing with handling the vinyl. You need to make sure that you're taking it off carefully, keeping your fingers on the outer edge to avoid damage. And with most record sleeves, they do come as well, not just with the cover, but with a dust sleeve as well. And that ensures extra protection for storage, as well as when you're sliding it in, it's a little bit more of a smooth material, so that if there is any dust or anything, it's not scratching it along the way, to make sure that it's good to use for your next time. You want to carefully put it back in. And they recommend that you store your records vertically to prevent warping, any damage like that over time. Now that I'm done, I'm going to close my lid to just ensure that my turntable stays safe. And now you know how to use your record player. So today we went over the parts of a record player, the importance of carefully handling your vinyl, how to store, and how to put your record onto the turntable. I believe that vinyl adds a certain kind of magic to music that has been lost in new technology, and I really do appreciate the quality and the ambience that it brings into my home. And I hope you guys will enjoy it too.